You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
It is National Lutheran Schools Week, and we are celebrating the gift of Lutheran schools in our communities. Today, we give thanks to God for new Lutheran schools opening around the country and right here in Missouri. Today's episode of The Coffee Hour is underwritten in part by Concordia University St. Paul. You can learn more about Concordia University St. Paul by visiting csp.edu. Joining us today, Stephanie Grandestaff. She's the Executive Director of Springfield Lutheran High School in Springfield, Missouri. Stephanie, welcome to The Coffee Hour.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
This is an exciting time. New Lutheran schools opening around the country, and today we get to talk about Lutheran schools opening here in Missouri. And that is exciting to see a new Lutheran school. And I believe this is the first Lutheran high school in Springfield, Missouri, and Southwest Missouri, which is kind of exciting. Tell us about the dream. Where did the dream or the idea for opening a Lutheran high school in Springfield begin?
Yes. Well, really, the Springfield Lutheran High School launching is the answer to decades of prayer in our community. So we have an amazing preschool through 8th grade school that's been here for over 45 years. That's Springfield Lutheran School. And I actually attended there myself, kindergarten to 8th grade. And so I know that as back in the 90s, people were praying for a Lutheran high school. And so a really neat part of how God has fulfilled that need is that I get to be a part of it. And also our principal, Tim Ziegler, he was my 6th grade teacher at that time. And we have actually launched the high school at Trinity Lutheran Church, which is an amazing congregation. They unanimously voted to have the high school there. And a neat and significant part of that is that it is where the middle school was at the time that I attended. So the Lord knew. He knew that the high school would be coming. And so those prayers to see them fulfilled has been a really neat journey. Our group began in earnest meeting in January 2024. And so it was a group of parents from students at SLS and business professionals, pastors, and the principal at SLS. So just an amazing group of people that God brought together to help bring, this dream to reality.
Tell us about the need for a Lutheran high school like this in the Springfield area.
Yes. So people have wanted it for decades. The number of people who we've heard whose children are now grown, when they've just their support of this, they say, this is something that we prayed about and that we have wanted. And we are just so thankful that it's now available for families in our community. There has just been a gap. We have an amazing school that goes through 8th grade. And so now to be able to continue that Christ-centered mission into high school for our families and then for other families in the community as well is a huge blessing.
Now, you shared that the group leading up to this school opening started in January of 2024. That was a pretty quick turnaround. Tell us about how that dream became a reality from meeting that first meeting in January of 2024 to opening this past fall. That's quite a timeline.
Yes, I know. Well, yes, the Lord has definitely gone before us every step of the way. So at that first meeting, there had been groups. I mentioned this is decades, right? So about every 10 years, there had been a group of interested parents and others who had come together, and the timing just wasn't right for one reason or another. But in January 2024, when that group met, it was just electric in the room. You could tell that the Lord had brought the right people to the table. And we reached out to our Missouri District Director of Schools, Josh Schwartz, who is amazing and has been a huge mentor and blessing on this process. And he met with us, gave us some next steps. We did a survey of our families and obtained demographics from the Missouri District office and worked with a consulting group, Soaring Education Services. And all the district as well as Soaring both reviewed all of our data and said that conditions were favorable to launch. So we had our feasibility study done and we started exploring, talking to other consultants and professionals in the education realm. And we went and visited Calvary Lutheran High School in Jeff City. They have been great mentors to us. And one of the really neat parts about that visit was that their principal he actually helped launch their school 20 years ago. And so we had his perspective of being where we were at the time and then seeing it come to fruition. And one of the most remarkable comments in the vehicle on the way home was that we could actually do this. So you could see, it helped us see that vision, and we could see that we could actually get there ourselves in our own community. And then Saxony Lutheran High School, also, they came and visited us, and they were a tremendous blessing, pouring into us different resources as well. And so the Lutheran school community even rallied around us, and it has just been really neat to see.
Now, you mentioned a group has met about every decade to talk about this happening. Why was it important for those people, for you to keep coming back to the table, to look at this, to think about what God was planning where you were?
Yeah, well, it was a lot of parents around that table. And so to us, it was very personal that we wanted that opportunity for our own students to be able to take the next step in their education within an amazing Lutheran school. We have such a great culture at our preschool through eighth grade school that we really wanted to continue that and have that close-knit community where our students are really known and loved. And so that was what we came together. After that visit to Calvary, that was in early June 2024. Then we had a 2-day boot camp where a portion of our school launch team met with Soaring Education Services, and we hashed out our mission, vision, core values, our educational philosophy, all those things. And we came out of that meeting with 5 90-day goals that we were all aligned on. And by the Lord's grace, we accomplished all of those by October. And we were debating which year to start the school, whether that would be 2025 or 2026. And so we decided to host, we called it a launch update event that September. And that was one of our goals, to see what the community support indicated. And during that time, at that meeting, we had over 136 people from Southwest Missouri come out to that meeting, and they were parents, they were potential donors, all of those things, people from area congregations and other outlying from Joplin to Branson area. And so it was really a neat thing. And we said that our launch date would be fall 2025. So then the Lord just continued to go before us in terms of providing the right people, the resources, all the things that we needed right at the proper time. So it's been as you pointed out, it was a quick timeline, but we have a tremendous team. We have an incredible board of directors. We formed our inaugural board that fall, so in October 2024. And then we filed for our 501c3 as well. So just getting all those components of becoming a registered nonprofit in the state as well as with the federal government. So getting all those things checked off our list.
So tell us about opening the doors and starting fall semester this past fall in 2025. Tell us about the families that are a part of Lutheran High School Springfield.
Yes, it was amazing. We planned a very beautiful celebration. Our launch day celebration was in August, and August 13th, 2025 was our launch day, and we had the families, many members of area congregations, all of that, who came out and celebrated. We had a ribbon cutting with our Chamber of Commerce, a beautiful chapel ceremony with our Lutheran Hour speaker, Michael Ziegler, leading us in chapel. And it was just a really special morning. We have 4 freshman students, and we just added our 5th student last week in early January to start second semester, and he is a sophomore. So we now have 2 grade levels, which is very exciting, and families are loving it. It is just a big blessing for our families that they have this close-knit community. We have amazing instructors who are experts in their subject area. And so they're getting the high school experience in that way, even in a very small and close-knit environment. They have different adjunct instructors who are teaching them their core subject areas. We have some great extracurriculars we've been able to launch. cross country and archery this first year, which is very fun. The students are loving archery. All of them are participating in that, and that's been neat to see. So there are a lot of really exciting things happening.
Does sound like a lot of fun. I wish I was on a high school archery team. Man,
That would have been cool.
I feel like I missed out a little on that. What are you looking forward to? It's still very new, even from the point of meeting in 2024. What are you looking forward to the rest of this school year and beyond for Springfield Lutheran High School?
Yes. Well, students are getting out into the community, so we're looking always for great opportunities for that. We call that expedition learning. And so Tim, our principal, has been instrumental in finding lots of fun activities for the students to learn about different career opportunities in the community and finding ways for them to participate in service to the community. And so we'll continue to expand those opportunities and looking for those. We're also hard at work building out our second year schedule and the different courses. So that's something that we're in close communication with our families on, what their students want to see. And that's a really neat thing about a school startup is that the students get to participate and be entrepreneurs along with us in many ways. They're getting to take a lot of really neat leadership opportunities to help. For example, Tim had them write their own dress code policy. So dress code's a touchy subject for so many different opinions. So he empowered the students to help get in on that, and with his oversight, of course. And so that kind of thing has been really neat to see. They get to have conversations also because it's such a small, close-knit group. They get to have really great discussions with their instructors. Their instructors know them and are able to tailor things to their unique needs in a really, really neat way. So there's so many advantages to that close-knit environment.
That's exciting. What an experience for
Yeah.
this, inaugural class as well, to get to be a part of really laying the foundation for the students to come in the future as well. That's exciting for them, I'm sure. Where can we find out more about Springfield Lutheran High School?
Yes, we would love for you to visit springfieldlutheranhs.org. That is our website. And also, of course, look us up on Facebook or Instagram. We have active pages there where we share lots of new updates about what's going on around campus.
Very good. SpringfieldLutheranHS.org. Our guest today, Stephanie Grandestaff, Executive Director for Springfield Lutheran High School in Springfield, Missouri. Thanks so much for joining us today, and congratulations on an exciting new school year.
Thank you so much.
You're listening to The Coffee Hour, celebrating National Lutheran Schools Week. I'm Eddie Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
Who am I? How has God gifted me? Where is God calling me to serve? Concordia University St. Paul helps students explore the answers to these questions. Through a Christ-centered Lutheran higher education, dedicated faculty, and engaging academic programs, CSP is here to walk alongside you in your educational journey. With more than 100 degree programs from undergraduate to graduate offered in person and online, CSP aims to prepare you for success however God calls you. Visit csp.edu to discover and engage your calling today.